Alright guys, we got a 2020 Sienna push to start. We're going to do a remote start added to the factory key fob. We're going to be using a ALCA made by iDataLink. It's super easy install. And I'm going to go ahead and start prepping it now. And I'll talk to you guys soon. First thing is you have to flash it. So right now I'm using the WebLink mobile flasher instead of my computer. It's just easier for the ALCAs. Also, I depend mine whenever it is a standalone unit because we don't normally add anything to these. If we do, it's key fobs, and it doesn't matter if I depend them. Plus, I have extra harnesses, so it's not a big deal. And I'd show you my prep, but everyone's prep is different. You basically just group all the wires that go in one area and tape them up. So you'll see. What's up, man? Alright, so basically that's my prep. It's super easy. You go to two places in the car, up at the steering column and down at the ECU for everything else. I'll show you in the car. Alright guys, we're in the car now, so I don't have to take very much apart on this thing. It's pretty easy install, like I said earlier. So, here we go. First thing is a shroud. And that's basically it. So now I get to start zip tying stuff up in the car. Alright, so everything's basically secured in there, so now I have to turn the vehicle off to unplug stuff so I can make my connections. So in this plug we got parking lights, can high, can low, RX and TX. So whenever you program your module, you'll see all the connections here. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to cut any wires, there's nothing weird, you don't need any diodes or resistors. All that's taken care of through the iDataLink module. I do the poke and wrap method because we're doing dealership work and it's never failed me as long as you do it correctly. It's technically called the military splice or poke and wrap. You can solder if you like, but we don't, because if they trade the car in, it just makes it harder for them to return it back to factory. Double check my guide. I always mix up my RX and TX. And your last connection at this plug is negative parking lights. It's yellow. So once you get them all nice and taped up, I like to put a zip tie around it so they don't come undone. Especially if this car ever goes in for service and the mechanic has to work on it. A lot of times they really don't like aftermarket stuff, so they just kind of haphazardly pull and tug, and they can mess your stuff up. And then I'll have a little bit of extra slack here. You zip tie that up so that it doesn't look bad or get caught up on anything. And up here we got power, ground, ignition, and SLP. Once again, follow your diagram according to iData link. Generally I always do ground first, then SLP, then ignition, and power last. I like to tape things back up to make them look mostly factory. There's that. Programming is very simple. You just key on, which is 2 presses of the button without your foot on the brake. It's going to either flash green or go solid green. This one is solid green, so you just key off and basically it's programmed. So I'll test it and we'll see. Also, you need to wait for the alarm to set. If it has a factory alarm, the indicator is in the dash. There's the little lock with a car symbol. As soon as it starts to flash slowly, the factory alarm is set.
So if you don't have a factory alarm, how long do you wait to test it?
You press lock and it will start flashing slowly immediately. You don't have to wait for it to start blinking.
So that's how you can tell?
That's one way, yeah. Unless you have a hood open or a door open, then it won't.
Been there, done that.
It's 3 times lock to activate it, not 2 times and hold like the factory. So it started just fine. And there is no takeover on Toyota push to start cars, so as soon as I open the door, it will shut off. Which it did. So now you just put it back together and make sure everything's zip tied properly. And that's a 2020 push to start Sienna. So see you next time.